Thunderbirds are go.
Hello everyone, welcome back to volume 3 of 4 of my retro DVD collection. So obviously today we're going to go through some Transformers, some Hanna-Barbera stuff, but we're also going to go through some live action TV shows, which I just thought because I had quite a lot of them, I thought I would try and make it a bit longer, because when I was looking at it I was like, oh, there's a lot to get through. Shush child. Should be inside. So yeah, so these are what I'm going to go through. Obviously the next one, you're going to have volume 4, which is my Doctor Who DVDs. I'd also like to thank Karen for this retro t-shirt, which features some Star Wars, so that's why I thought I would wear this. So let's crack on and we'll go with Thunderbirds. Now, this one here was a Kickstarter one, which basically had, this was for the 50th anniversary, but it was audio only stories, which basically some company had then made the puppets and then made them into what the episodes are on this. So we have introducing Thunderbirds, the Abominable Snowman, and the Stately Home Robberies. So it's nice to see some new Thunderbirds episodes so far, you know, like 50 years after they first came out. I also have this, which has filmed in Super Mario Nation, and this is Super Mario Nation. The filmed in Super Mario Nation is a documentary just to do with Jerry Anderson and all the items, you know, the likes of Thunderbird, Stingray, Captain Scarlet, etc. For Feather Falls, which my dad actually remembered, which Nicholas Lyndhurst did the voiceover for. So it's a really good documentary if you're into Thunderbirds. I do have this, which has Thunderbirds Are Go and Thunderbirds 6, which are the two feature films that they brought out, which didn't really make that much money because it was basically just another episode but on a bigger scale. They're okay to watch. I think Cliff Richard's on one of them. We do have the two DVDs of the newer version of Thunderbirds, which was Thunderbirds Are Go, which was, when did this first come out? 2015, just because they have, you know, that. And then we have another jewel in my crown, which is this Thunderbirds DVD collection, which when we take that off, has all the Thunderbirds episodes in there. I bought this whenever they first came out. It was quite expensive. Obviously you can get them now quite cheaply, but on Blu-ray, the Blu-ray quality of it is it's almost like cropped, so sometimes you'll not see the tops of their heads or whatever. Maybe that was to cut out the strings or whatever. So we will move on to these ones here then, which are just some miscellaneous ones. So we have Inspector Gadget. Now you see, if you look at the front of this, he doesn't have a moustache, but in the intro thing, he has a moustache. Because whenever I was watching it, I was actually watching it this morning, I was like, Inspector Gadget doesn't have a moustache. So whether he was just that good of an inspector and kind of fooled me, you know. We have Hergé's Adventures of Tintin, which, as you can see, is still sealed. I got this in Poundland and just thought it was a nice one to add on the collection. Tintin. We have Mask, which has over 24 hours on 8 discs, which are all in here. So the only thing I don't like about this is that's this front of it, but then that one, whenever you put it that way, it doesn't look right. It should be like that. It should be that way, which I don't understand. But we have Save Olive. That was terrible Popeye impersonation. So we have the Popeye collection. Again, I got this for a ridiculously good price. So we've got 32 episodes of Popeye. We have one of my girlfriend's favorites. We have the Smurfs, which was the first season. I actually bought this twice because whenever I was going through the DVDs, one of them had the wrong disc inside it. It had disc 3 of season 2. So I got this one, and hopefully this one has the right ones. First season, first. It's like 4 discs with it. First. Yes, it has all of first season of it. That's one thing I hate about the wee pamphlet booklets is sometimes they're cursed to close. Then we have the second season, which this just fell out, which is class. We have Tom and Jerry, volumes 1 to 6. I know I showed you one the other day, but this one here just had a lot more. Oh, there's one of them. And these are, like, A, I hate the ones that are double-sided, and B, look at this, like, it's just, right, to stay in there. I'm not going to open that up again because one of them will fall out, and then I'll just throw it against the wall or something. We then have the Looney Tunes collection. So we have volume 1. I'm not sure what's on the inside of this. Oh, it just has the, so you have the Best of Bugs Bunny, Best of Daffy Duck, and then I think it folds up and you have Looney Tunes All-Stars and Looney Tunes All-Stars again. So obviously you can't really whack Looney Tunes. I don't think with the likes of Disney, and especially with the likes of Disney Plus and stuff, I don't think Looney Tunes is beloved as it once was. You have volume 2 here, which again, I don't like this, because whenever you put this in that way, as it should be, there's no picture there. And it's like, I'm real ranty this morning. I think it's because I was having a chat with Simon. He said you need to bring back Venting Within. So I thought I would incorporate some of that into this. So let's put it in the right/wrong way. Then we have volume 3, which again, you can see they're getting smaller and smaller. We have Banana Man, which some of you Americans may not know what it is, but whenever Eric eats a banana, he turns into Banana Man. 32.29 Acacia Road. That's only a couple of doors down. We have the Pink Panther collection. It's a weird one. What way does this freaking... What on earth? Okay, that's just all kinds of wrong and weirdness. And there's actually no place for you to put the wee pamphlet that comes with it, which again is just wrong. Give up. Okay, we have Biker Mice from Mars, which was a really weird but fun show. We have Mr. Ben, which is just bizarre. A guy basically goes in and tries on clothes, and then so he'll try on, say, you know, like there he is as a caveman, and he'll have an adventure as a caveman. We have G.I. Joe. I've never really watched G.I. Joe. I always thought back in the day that G.I. Joe was a person. We have the Complete Flumps, which again my girlfriend Karen loves. And just look, there's Mother Poodle there. So just in case you're wanting to know about that. Right, so let's bring these ones down. Sorry that I'm kind of out of shot here, but I kind of need to move ones around. Okay, we have one of my sister's all-time favourites, which is Dogtown and the Three Muskehounds. If you know this, the theme tune is probably engraved in your memory like it is with mine right now. Animaniacs, which was an absolute nightmare to get hold of. Obviously Rob Paulsen was one who did voice of Pinky and Pinky and the Brain. Maurice LaMarche was the one who did the other one. We have Super Ted, which John Pertwee was the voice of. Spotty is there. Clever name. We have Batman, the Animated Series, Volume 1. Again, got this dirt cheap. It's not something that I've really watched, but we have the Volume 2 of it as well. Actually, I'll set these on the floor. We have Transformers, the movie, which, if you've never seen this movie before, spoilers. At the start of it, like, all the Autobots die, and then Optimus Prime dies. So basically, it's a Transformers movie, but you don't have really any Transformers that you know from the TV show. We have Season 1, which is just brilliant. The theme tune, the animation, everything. We have Volume 1, Season 2, which has the Dinobots. Grimlock was my favourite of Season 2, Volume 2. We have Season 3 and 4 altogether. Then one of my favourite Transformers shows was the Transformers animated one. This was from 2008, so 12 years ago, jeez. I really enjoyed that. And Volume 2 and Volume 3, just those ones there. We have Star Wars The Clone Wars. I bought these way before they were, that I knew about Disney Live, Disney Plus, whatever you want to call it. Season 1, Volume 2. Season 1, Volume 3. Season 1, Volume 4. Then we also have an American import, which is Star Wars Droids. I don't know, it was 172 minutes. 2004, they brought this out, but obviously it was out way before that. I don't even know when that was made, to be honest with you. But yeah, so Anthony Daniels voices C-3PO. You have the Ewoks. 177 minutes, jeez. And then you have this, which is the Caravan of Courage and Battle of Endor, which is the Ewok movies, which Wicket, the Ewoks actually blink and they can talk in this one, which for me was a big no-no. I was like, no, you shouldn't be doing that whatsoever. So, hold on while I kind of rejig these around a wee bit, just to make it easier to show you. Right, so we're going to go on to Hanna-Barbera right now. So we have the Penelope Pitstop, The Perils of Penelope Pitstop, the series, volume 1. So there's a bigger set of this, but it's quite expensive. And no harm to her, but she kind of annoyed me back in the day. We have Yogi Bear, which again was really hard to come across for a good price. Managed to get one at a good price, and I know I linked somebody else. I think it was Dave, my friend Dave, who wanted to get one. I think he got one for a good price. We have Top Cat, who was then called Boss Cat because there was cat food called Top Cat, so we had to rename that. And then obviously from Yogi Bear to Top Cat, you had him who Officer Dibble, but then he was like the ranger in the Yogi Bear one. We have Dastardly and Motley in their flying machines, which was then called Catch the Pigeon. Yeah, so I have that one there. We have the new Scooby-Doo movies, which has just a couple of Scooby-Doo movies on it. 164 minutes. The thing that annoys me about this is I don't have the outer box for it. Again, it's on those double-sided DVDs, which is horrible, but that's the complete first and second season. I love Scooby-Doo as a child. I was actually a big fan of Scrappy-Doo, believe it or not. So, Hong Kong Phooey, complete series, 340 minutes. There's so many of these Hanna-Barbera ones. I need to get one of my all-time favorites, was Wacky Races. I think pretty much everyone has probably seen a Wacky Races episode in their life, and if not, you need to. They did bring it back in comic book form, but it was bloody weird. It really was. We then have the Flintstones, the first season. Again, you've probably seen the Flintstones. If not, you probably know Yabba Dabba Doo or the theme tune. We have season 2 of the Flintstones. Yeah, 5 discs, flip me. And then you've got season 3, which again is American. Oh no, it's not. And then you've got them all that way. And then you've got the Jetsons, which again was really hard to get at a good price. Oh yeah, it has commentary on it as well. This is American import. And then we have Peanuts, the 1960s collection, which is Snoopy, Charlie Brown, that kind of stuff. So that's the animation stuff. So we're going to go on to the live action stuff now. So we have the second season of Home Improvement with Pamela Anderson there. Obviously, if you've not seen this, you've probably seen his newer show called Last Man Standing, which is something very similar. He works in like a fishing tackle shop and kind of the same kind of things, you know, like he has like a vlog thing at the end where basically he surmises what happened in that episode, that kind of thing. We have the third season there with his 2 kids, and then we've got the 4th season. The first season I think I have digitally, so that's why I never bought it, and the rest of them were quite inexpensive to get on DVD. We have The Flash. This is the original Flash one with John Wesley Shipp as the Flash. Obviously he reprised his role later on as Barry Allen's dad and the Flash in numerous multi-universes and stuff. We have the first season of the A-Team. You probably know all these characters on the front. If not, you probably know B.A. Baracus. We have season 2. Again, these are in like nice box sets as well. I find these and I was like, oh, this is funny after I'm talking about Terry Hatcher in one of his older videos. So we have the New Adventures of Superman, Lois and Clark, which is the first season. I was always a fan of that. We have season 2. I think back in the day, most men had a crush on Terry Hatcher. We have season 3. Although the longer they went on, the more stupid it became. And in season 4, which is, you know, like after the third season, you're like, And then we have season 2 of Knight Rider. Season 1 I have digitally, so I wanted to pick that up. And again, inexpensive. Season 3 is really hard to find at a good price, so I have season 4. I also have Our Wiedersehen Pet, which is one of my favourite TV shows of all time. It's basically to do with builders, you know, like bricklayers, electricians, plasterers and stuff that come in the 80s, come from England to Germany because there's no work. And it's basically done like a lunchbox, which is really cool. And then you just open it up and it has the DVDs inside it there. Just such a beautifully written TV show. The guy who did this also did the likes of Porridge as well in Dick Clements and Ian Lafreniere. And then we've got season 2. Obviously there was new ones brought back in the 2000s, but I don't have them in the hand. We then do have Beauty and the Beast show, which has Linda Hamilton and Ron Perlman as the Beast. Basically the Beast lives in the sewer, not in a big mansion like he does in the animated show. But it is quite dark at the start of it, because she ends up getting mugged and slashed her face, and then he rescues her and she's blindfolded and has to stay down there in the sewer. And then we have something that my good friends David Gemma got me one Christmas, which is Incredible Hulk box set, which basically has all the live action Incredible Hulk things with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. And lastly, I wanted just to show you one of my all-time cheesy 80s things, which is Action Jackson with Carl Weathers, which was actually signed by Carl Weathers. Obviously, if you're watching Mandalorian, you would know him from The Mandalorian. So the back of the VHS of this was like weapons, you're looking at him. Has Sharon Stone in it as well, and one of the corniest dialogue in it is whenever he gets near enough ran over by a taxi, and he says to Sharon Stone, "Go to the police station, have to catch a cab," and runs after the taxi. If you've not seen this movie and love your cheesy movies, I highly /recommend /avoid, but if you want something cheesy and something you can laugh at, and also has Biff from Back to the Future in it as well. So yeah, that actually didn't take me as long as I thought it would do. It's been just over 15 minutes, so that's good. I always like to try and keep it below 20 minutes because I don't want to bore you. And I just like to talk about certain ones that, you know, obviously I've watched all these whenever I was a kid, before the likes of, you know, online gaming, portable gaming really. So yeah, again, anything here that you remember watching, anything here that you're interested in picking up and watching or whatever, let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, I'll be back on Friday with my Doctor Who DVD collection, and that'll be volume 4 of 4 of them, so that'll be the last one. I've kind of moved the camera around so you can't get a sneak peek because they're all up there, but then I want to kind of move some stuff around, so that'll be up on Friday for you. 1:30 is normally the time that I like to put it up at. It's a weird time, I know, but it was whenever the first one went up, so that's whenever all these ones here are going up. So now the fun begins of putting those all back where they came from and remembering where they all came from, so that's always fun. So as always, my social media links are at the end of the video, so it'll only take you 30 seconds to watch that, rather than putting in the description below, because does anyone really read the description stuff? I don't know. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and until next time.